It's crazy how many people that you have to compete with as an artist in today's world. Everything's digital, everything's easily accessible, and everybody has access to your life at all times. That's why it's so important to have professional media and marketing material so that anybody, any booking agent, any club, any promoter that wants to be able to book you has all the tools they need to be able to go and do that, making their lives really easy. For that reason, this week we're going into building a professional EPK or electronic press kit for your brand. Welcome back to the Self-Made Artist series. I'm Worf, the creative director and artist behind Generation Media Group, Worf and RC, Crossing Borders, Fallen Milk Crates, and a whole bunch of other artist projects. Today, or actually for the last couple days, I've been building my own new updated 2025 press kit for the Worf and RC project. I just finished it today and I figured it'd be an appropriate thing to show you the breakdown of how I went and did it, my thought process going behind it, and things that you should include in your EPK so that a booking agent, a promoter, any of these people can have access to it readily on demand. If you're wondering too, we're also going to make some of these elements in this EPK clickable so that when you send them the file, they can click and go direct links, direct to your social media, direct to your Beatport, direct to your SoundCloud, direct to any place that they might need to come in contact with you. So let's jump into it. You basically want to have your electronic press kit on hand at all times because you're going to be asked about it. The farther you go in this industry and as you work your way to the top, you are going to be asked for this. I recommend updating it once a year with new photos, press and promo, things that they can see you performing, your bio, your logos, and everything like that. So I'm going to just work from the top and just explain to you how I did this in Photoshop 2024 and the thought process behind, well, realistically all of it. So first things first, you want a press photo, a professional press photo, nothing done with your iPhone. You want something shot professionally with a camera because this is the first look at who you are as an artist. And if that initial press photo isn't as engaging, isn't as wow, then your first look at you as an artist is going to be less than ideal. You want to show that you're a serious player from the first look, and the only way that you're going to do that is with a professional press photo. So I opted with this one's my favorite press photo that I've taken of RC and myself. Pretty plain. I didn't want to bog down the cover too much. I just wanted it to be us. You get a good idea about who we are, kind of our style, what we look like. It's clear, you can see us very clearly in who we are. So I think that's a great first shot. Now I would also put your logo in your cover photo, as I've put here. And what I also opted to do for mine is throw the genres of music that we play. Now, we do a lot of melodic house and progressive house and all this, and I didn't want to bog down the whole thing. As an artist, I don't like to be pigeonholed. I like to make what I like at the time and feel inspired by. So just by overarching it with house and techno, and then our little adjectives to those genres for our personal brand. We make a lot of melodic music, and it's very cinematic. You know, we do our own music videos. We have crazy visual branding that goes with each release. So this is our brand in a nutshell. And then the Worf and RC logo right underneath, big, bold, and now you know who we are, our look, what we play, and our kind of style within those genres. So that's Worf and RC, house and techno. We do it melodically and cinematic, and there you go. So you don't need, and I'm sure a lot of people that are new to design and a lot of people are new to making their own graphics, you're going to want to throw everything at it. Now, take it from a designer, simplicity is better. Clean look is better. Now, that depends on who you are as a brand. Maybe you're chaotic, all this trippy sci-fi stuff, then it's not going to look like this. But for my brand, for what we do, these are the thoughts that are going through my head. So, simplicity, and you'll see that through the whole thing. So, here we go. Cover photo. nice and simple. You just want to wow them from the top. Here's who we are. The only thing that I potentially have been thinking about changing is, and this might just be in my head, we're called Wharf and RC. The Wharf text is over RC and the RC text is over me. Now, I tried flipping this image because I think about all the different ways that they're kind of correlated. So if I go, flip horizontal, it just looks weird there. So I'm going to leave it. I'll leave it the way that it is. Moving on, you want your bio in here. You want your biography of who you are as an artistic group. They need to know about you more in depth than what they're looking at. Now, you should have bios already. You should have a long bio, a medium bio, and a short bio. I say this all the time, but these blog post promoters, all these people, I don't want to put them all in a category that's saying like they don't want to do the work, but I personally believe that the easier you make their lives, the better you're going to do, and the more that they're going to want to work with you. So if you cover all your bases, like how we do it, a lot of people are going to go, wow, you're on point. And yes, we are. So that's what you get when you work with us. So we used a event shot, so not a press photo, not a proper press shot, but a promotional photo while we were playing at one of our gigs. And we used this as the background for it. I put the title page up here in our font. Now we have about 4 different fonts that we use. 2 of them are like tertiary fonts, so like they're rarely used, and then 2 of them are a little bit more used. So the one that we used for our bio and our brand is, well, it's Cinzel, because our whole brand, our whole mission statement, whatever you want to call it, is for the dreamers and the rebels and the ones who refuse to surrender. So Cinzel is like the dreamers side of what we do. So the more melodic, progressive, hypnotic kind of sounding beautiful music that we make. And then the rebels is a different font, and that's for the harder, more techno driving, more energetic style of what we make. So I've split our brand into kind of those 2 things, and then the tertiary fonts just go kind of after in other places. So to touch back on the bio, you want a short, a medium, and a long one. Put in what you think fits for your second page of your EPK. I put our long one in because it does fit. Now I made a specific one here for our DJ brand. We have a music production and a brand bio, but this one, because it's our electronic press kit for performances, I've tweaked it and I've tailored it more towards our performance style versus our music. It does touch on what we make as music and some accolades that we have, but for the most part, it's more tailored to like how we perform. It's tailored to how we perform, how we dress, how we look, the types of parties that we play, whether it's the more sunrise, afternoony with the more melodic stuff that we do, or the peak time driving techno stuff. So it's kind of explains that. And I'll just read it out to you quickly. So Wharf and RC are producer DJ duo and real life couple, RC and myself, crafting immersive electronic music that moves between the emotional pull of melodic house and the raw energy of techno. So we're known for our cinematic sound design, pretty heavy bass lines, and evocative vocals. They bring a dynamic range that suits both intimate dance floors and large-scale festival stages. While our foundation is rooted in melodic house, earning top 10 placements and label support, Wharf and RC have expanded their sound to embrace the deeper, harder edges of techno. The duo moves fluidly between genres, delivering sets that are emotional, rich, and melodically driven, or dark, hypnotic, and high impact. So we're very known for doing both of these things. We play a lot of afternoon parties, and we also play a lot of late night parties. So because our sound is both, and we like both, me being more the melodic side and RC being more the driving, harder techno side, we have this ability between us to do both of those things. And it's important for a promoter to know that when people want to work with us, or a label or anybody that's asking for your EPK. They need to be able to know that. As fully self-produced artists, Wharf and RC handle every layer of their project, from music to visuals. Wharf commands the technical side with over 15 years in audio and visual production. RC shapes the emotional core with their haunting vocal presence, lyrical storytelling, and art direction. Together, they create experiences that are both heady and hedonistic. So, I really liked how our DJ bio flowed together, and that with some graphical text. I'm keeping it simple. I'm leaving a lot of it about us, lots of space for us, our photos, who we are, and then giving them this. Things to think about to make everything look a little bit better. Use different kinds of your font. So let's say this top, we can use Cinzel decorative, and I used black for this, but the body text is going to be bold. So just adding simple weight distributions to your title font and the actual body font. You're going to also want to use things like drop shadows, which allows it to just pop on top of your image, just making it clear. Something else that you're going to want to think about is being able to read this. And I do this with every design project, whether it's a logo, whether it's an EPK, whether it's basically anything. You're going to have to realize that people look at these on a variety of different screen sizes. So as you're designing, you want to take your file and go, okay, I can see it nice and big like this. And is it kind of legible? Not so much the text, but the actual image itself from far off. So if they're looking at it on small screen, or if it's in like a tiny little thumbnail version, I still want them to be able to see us and see my logo and it be legible, be readable. So that's definitely something to think about. Now you can add a few little graphic elements, like these little dots. They just looked cool. There's really no purpose behind them, but I just added a few periods, 1 before and 3 after. You're going to sit here as you're designing and just find these like little design, unique little elements that kind of bring it all together. I felt that how imperfect it is kind of adds to all of it, so that's why I left it. Moving on to the final page here of our electronic press kit is the contact page, which is going to contain all your clickables, all the direct links to how to reach you, how to see you on social media. For the background of this one, I used another promotional photo from the World is Burning shoot that we did. From my head, I wanted to give them an idea of how far we go into our music brand. We're not a group that just posts our graphic art and calls it a day and here, check out this song. That's not who we are. We build fully immersive worlds like The World is Burning. We built this dystopian love song of a story based in a post-apocalyptic world, hence the gas mask and all the black and stuff like that. So we wanted to show them, anybody, once again, that's going to look at our EPK, that we're real players here. We put a lot of effort into what we do. We also added in our brand statement, or our music statement, which is for the dreamers, the rebels, and the ones who refuse to surrender. Wharf and RC's music is a reminder that while the struggle is real, so is your power. Now, we thought about us, about who we are as individuals, and we come from not necessarily the best and the most well-off places, and we've worked for what we build. So it's relatable to people. It's relatable to the people that are trying to build a dream for themselves, trying to chase that life that they want. For the rebels that stand up and speak their truth, and for the people that'll never give up on that dream. So that's what our whole brand is about. It's a little bit about inspiring everybody, and touching on some really real world issues and some real world problems that a lot of people face. So it's a big part of who we are, and that's why we put it on this electronic press kit. People need to know, and they need something to guide them as to who we are, and that's what this is. Now, as for the clickables being anything that's on here that they're going to go direct access to. Naturally, we're going to put our Instagram page on it, our TikTok, our YouTube, Spotify, Beatport, SoundCloud, and then files here is a direct link to a Google Drive folder that's open that has all the individual media files. So everything that's in here, they have access to individually in case they want to use it for their own promotion. So they have everything from our bios, so our specific music related bios, and our DJ bios, like the one you see on there. Our logo files, individual in PNG, so they can slap it on flyers and posters and blog posts and all this stuff. Our promotional photos from some of our music video shoots, our performances, things like that. Different media promotions, so these are blog posts done by bloggers around the world when they write up about us, and then naturally some press photos. And I guess lastly, info for contacts. It's all on here as well, and when you hit the contact button, see how there's a slice on it? That'll open a Mail2 app that'll email us directly. So the way you do this here on Photoshop is you go into this tool right here. It's under crop. Usually it's crop, and if you right click it, there's a slice tool, and then you can just like highlight a section. So like we did up here. Delete that slice, but so you would put a slice over top of it, and then you would right click, edit slice options. The name of it is this one's email. URL will be mail to our email, and then target is underscore blank. Now you do underscore blank because you want it to open in a new window and you don't want it to bounce off your EPK. So files, same thing. Edit slice, it would go, or if I see EPK on Google Drive, here's the drive link, and then opens in a blank page. Same thing here. So Instagram, here's the link direct to Instagram, and that'll go directly to our account. So really, really simple. But the thing is, when you want to export this, you have to do it a different way. So I'm just going to hide the slices for now. And in order to export this so it's ready for web, you would go to export, save for web, and as it pops up here, use a PNG 8 or PNG 24. I'll use this. I'll use PNG 8. Let's go PNG 8. Dithered. Yeah, let's go PNG 8 dithered. Now you'll see as you scroll down here, the hot links are there. See them all right here. So now if we go save, you want to do format HTML and images, default, and then all slices. So this is just going to go to my desktop real quick. I'm going to save it. And this is what it'll look like here from your desktop. So here's your web page. And now here's the EPK. And your clickables opens in a blank document. Quick mail to. Files goes direct to our EPK. Instagram, right to our Instagram page. So all the links, just make sure that they all work once you bounce it out. The last thing that you want is to have something that doesn't work on your EPK, and then the people that looked at your EPK were impressed, and now they're like, okay, well, you clearly don't have a keen eye for detail if you're going to leave some things that are broken or some broken links on it. Not the end of the world, but as somebody that cares a lot about my brand and my art and my career, I make sure everything is perfect at all times. So that's it. If you want to go farther in depth with the actual design elements, how you add little line options here, drop shadows, gradient overlays, like what you see like here on the bottom. I put the same gradient fill on everything to have this little purple bit coming up. Same on all of these, even though some look a little bit more subtle. Like if I turn it off here, you'll be like, okay. So that's about it. That's basically making a simple but attractive and impressive EPK for your music brand. Again, if you want me to go farther in depth with the whole design and all the elements that I put in, please leave me a comment and I'll get to every single one of them. But for now, I really, really hope this helps you. I hope this helps you take better control of your music brand, and I hope it provides you some opportunities in the future. that's it for week 17, I think it is, for the artist series. And we'll see you next week. Next one. Peace.